Again, welcome. My name is Greg McConnell, and I'm going to be your instructor and guide through this fully online course. I want to take a few minutes just to kind of go over some of this kind of structural housekeeping stuff of the course, and then I'll post another video or maybe two during the first week, kind of going over a little bit of lecture material regarding getting us started with the introduction and chapters 1 in the book. Okay. So before I get into it too much, I wanted to show you the book. This is They Say, I Say. It's really important that you get the 4th edition with readings. So They Say, I Say, 4th edition with readings. And the information about this book is in the course syllabus area, which is linked over here. So, kind of get into this, I divided this course up. It's a fully online, as I said. It's an 8-week course, and every week it's kind of similar. Okay. We'll go over the requirements and all of that other stuff in a few minutes, but I just kind of want to give you a layout of what the course looks like in itself. So during the first week, there are some expectations that you'll have to do. Okay? And one of those is in this area of get started here, looking over the information that is in here. So this is all about instructor communication, which is very, very important in an online course. So here you will see the information regarding how we will communicate with one another. Primarily email with the MOUNTS policy is the official means of communication for all course-related activities. I'll also post Canvas announcements through the Canvas LMS site. I do those weekly for the online classes, and they typically will come out sometime on Sunday for the following week. I also use my cell phone that I have for teaching, so you can call me on this, you can text me. If you call me, most likely you may not pick up, but leave your name and the course number and the section. That's really important. So any communication with me, even in email, that you put your last name and the course number and the section. We'll also have meetings, and these meetings can be in person if you prefer to do that, because I am teaching in the summer, so I will be on campus. So if you're in the area and you want to meet with me face to face, that is an option. It's not the preferred method with an online course, but it is an option. We also will have 2 in-person meetings, or I'm sorry, 2 online meetings that will be pretty much set up whenever I decide it's best. I know one is going to be at the very end of the class, which it ends up. There are 2 online meetings that are required, and we'll typically either use Zoom meeting program, or we'll use the tools built right within Canvas, this collaboration area or conferences area. Okay? Alright, so let me jump back out here to the Home tab. I know this kind of seemed all over a little bit, but I'm in Student View right now, so what you're able to see is this information in the Let's Start Here area, and that's where I just was with that instructor communication. There's also a rubric in here for writing assignment guidelines. I'm not going to get into details and all this now, but it's very important that you read through all of this stuff. This is a link to the Mount Aloysius College Mercy Values page, which is very important. We will be incorporating the Mercy values into responses into our writing as well. So I linked this here for you, and there's really good resources on this page if you're not familiar with it through the Mount Aloysius College Mercy Values area. So that is here. This will remain stagnant through the remainder of the 8-week semester. And then each of the weeks, for the 8 weeks, there's an area here, and it's pretty similar what's listed in each of these modules. So each week is a module. So for instance, you'll see week 1, and week 1 is there's student introductions, which is a discussion. So you'll be able to note by these little icons here, and if you rest your mouse pointer on it, it'll tell you what it is. This is an actual page, and this is an actual page. But this is the discussion topic. So the first thing you have to do is you need to post your student introduction. So you read through the Let's Start Here area and then post your student introduction. So here you would simply just click on reply and reply based on your introduction, and make sure you include the things that I stated in here as well. All of them, please. So I'm going to jump back out here to the home page. That needs to be done, this introduction needs to be done by the end of the day on Wednesday, the 19th. You'll see that June 19th. That's the due date there. Okay. Then this next one is what you will be required to read. So each week I'll post these readings for the week, and here you'll be able to see this book that I showed you is actually divided up into two parts. The first part of the book is the kind of the textbook, which has chapters, and then the second part of the book is readings. So you'll notice here when I say textbook chapters, introduction in chapter 1, that means not the preface, but introduction, which actually begins on page 1 in the textbook, and then chapter 1 itself. And then the next part, which is about almost halfway through the textbook, are the readings. So the readings, you'll be able to see here that I'm asking you to do 2 readings for week 1. That's Liz Addison's 2 Years Better Than 4, which is found in this book in the second part in the readings on page 365. And then Charles Murray's Are Too Many People Going to College, which begins on page 344. They're not super long readings, and they're not difficult readings in terms of comprehension and content. They are very rich in terms of the content, and it's very relevant to all of us as we are in higher education right now. Both of these articles are related to the benefits of higher education. So it kind of delves into the topic of higher education, and specifically, what is higher education, and is it necessary in our society, etc., etc. Should everyone be going to college? Which is what Charles Murray addresses. By the way, Charles Murray, this is what your first writing assignment will be on this reading here. Okay, so I'm going to jump back out here to the home page. And so in week 1, we looked at the student introduction discussion. We just looked at the readings for the week 1, and now I'll take you into the lecture points for week 1. I'm still working on this, so it's not, what you see here is not actually a finished product. So here we go. So the introduction, you'll see for every chapter that you're required to read out of the textbook component, I'll provide you with some lecture points here. And each week I'll also post either within this area or somewhere right around here. I just haven't figured out where I'm going to do yet, how I'm going to do it, the best approach. I will post a little short video, and that little short video will usually range between 4 minutes to maybe 12 to 15 minutes, just kind of as a matter of lecture and introduction to the chapter and the relevance, and kind of highlight some of the main points of the chapters and what you really should be looking at when you're reading this. Okay. So these are the lecture points that I put in here for the introduction, which I'm still working on this component, and then chapter 1. So you read through these, you read the textbook, you come back, you can read through these notes again, watch the video, and then complete any requirements for that particular week. So what you're not seeing here in week 1 yet is the final discussion. So each week you'll have a discussion, brief discussion. Some of the week's discussion is just kind of like a check-in point. So for this current week, in week 1, there will be another discussion post in here. You'll see the one that is the student introductions, but you're going to see a discussion post that is asking you to do some work related specifically to chapter 1 in the textbook. So I'll give you a little prompt, and then you'll simply reply to that prompt in the discussion thread. It'll be always based on either one of the readings or the chapter textbook, varying by week and where we are. Okay? That's not here yet, but it will be showing up here by the time you get logged into the course and see it for the first time. It'll be here. Okay. Now, typically, weeks there where there will be writing assignments due. Okay. That will be a week that you don't have an additional discussion post, but there will be a discussion post. You'll see it as an icon here that'll show up in here that is just a student check-in. So all you're required to do is to submit me by Wednesday, by midweek, where you are. Whether you completed the readings, whether you started on the paper, whether you have any questions that need to be addressed by other students, by me. So that will be more of the weeks where, again, when you have a writing assignment, because I understand that the focus is going to be not on heavy reading, but on the actual writing of the paper. So you'll see here, students keep track and understand when the writing assignments are due. They'll always be due on Sunday by the end of the day. Okay? And there will be writing assignments every 2 weeks for the first 6 weeks. So there are 3 main writing assignments. Writing assignment 1 is here, and the prompt is already in here for you. So this is, as I said, it's based on Charles Murray's piece, Are Too Many People Going to College? It's the writing prompt number 2, directly from the textbook. You'll be able to see it on page 364 of this book, the writing prompt. Okay. So you simply respond to that, and I'm giving you some guidance on that as well right here. Going back to the home page, so each week you'll see very similar, and again, you'll see here there are a couple weeks that are collapsed. You just click on that to expand them. So week 3, week 4, week 5, and then week 6, and then I clumped week 7 and 8 together. Okay. Now, I'm going to end this video here. I am going to post another video kind of going over some of the more course requirements by going into the course syllabus a little bit more in detail. So for now, that'll kind of get you the structural overview. Nice meeting you all. Take care. Watch for some other videos coming very soon. Thanks.